Don't forget to tune into the Coachella Valley Sports Report Saturdays, 11 a.m. on Fox Sports 1270 a.m. from the injuryfirmlaw.com studios.
Coming to you from the Fox Sports 1270 studio in downtown Palm Springs, this is the Coachella Valley Sports Report with your host, Coach B.
This is the Coachella Valley Sports Report. I'm your host, Coach B, and we are broadcasting live from the injuryfirmlaw.com studios. We are streaming 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app. And as you know, if you don't get a chance to catch us on YouTube, you don't get a chance to catch us on iHeart, you don't get a chance to catch us over terrestrial radio, we want to say thank you and welcome to the Fox 11 Palm Springs audience. We are now, I'm going to use a big word out there, folks, simulcast. So, yes, you can actually see, and it's disturbing to me because I have the face for radio, but they were determined to get me on television, so I appreciate that. And once again, thank you to the staff. We're going into week number 2 on Fox 11 TV Palm Springs. It expands our footprint greatly, and I want to say thank you to everyone over at Fox. Jody over there was instrumental in getting us onto Fox 11. So I want to say thank you. That's enough for me. That's enough for me right now. So let's go ahead. We're going to talk about the Coachella Valley Sports Report. That's what you're here for, right? That's what you're here for, Coach CV. You're not here for me. You're here for the Coachella Valley, and I love it. We're excited today. We have Desert Christian Academy. We have Coach Garrison, Coach Johnson in studio with us. They're going to talk about the Coachella Valley Showcase. I was fortunate. I've gone out and I've covered it a couple of times. Great event. I love it. It's all about the kids. It's a top-notch event, Coachella Valley. Get your kids out there. And then later in the show, we have a surprise from the Desert Sentinels. They're going to come in. They have a new jersey. They want to unleash. I have it. I'm not going to show it yet. I got a little tear in my eye because the number on there was 75. And if you know me, that's the year I was born. Like I tell the kids nowadays, these Gen Zs, I'm healthy. I'm okay. My blood pressure's a little high, but I'm all right. I'm okay. But in studio with us, we have, as I said, we have DCA staff in studio with us. By all means, please introduce yourself to the Fox Sports Radio audience. Whoever wants to go first.
Hey, everyone. How you doing? Chris Johnson, head football coach at Desert Christian Academy. Also work as an administrator there.
Matt Garrison, I'm the athletic director and basketball coach.
All right, excellent. And Coach, I know Coach Garrison, you didn't think about this, but last night we had the draft for the Coachella Valley basketball classic. Coach Johnson coached the football game, Coachella Valley versus Imperial, and then we did the draft last night for the basketball game, highlighting these kids. And I'll tell you one thing about DCA is you all have a passion that is unmatched. And then, Coach Johnson, I don't want to do it. I want to make sure we do justice. Tell me something about this Coachella Valley Showcase. The first year that I wasn't able to make it, but it was a guy there. It's the same as Marshall. He went to San Diego State, one of my favorite players ever. But tell me a little bit about what you're doing and what you're involved in the community and what this is about, Coach.
Yeah. So it started, man, when I was probably in high school. The passion, a guy by the name of Martin Bayless, played for the Kansas City Chiefs and San Diego Chargers. He did a free camp where kids can come and get professional coaching. So the blueprint was set by Martin. So Marshall and I had been talking, and I said, Rush, that's what we call him. If you could come out to the Valley, man, it's a pool of talent that's untapped. It's a ton of kids that can play. We can put on a showcase. So the heart behind the showcase is simply this. We want to get kids evaluated so they get an opportunity to go play college football. So we do it in a variety of ways. We have a football camp that starts on Friday night and goes through Saturday morning. It's called Coach by the Pros. It's anywhere from 20, 30, 40 different professionals that come out. They put the kids in the classroom. They give them, just like they would in a collegiate or pro situation, teach them football, then they go perform. We also have Zybeck, who does the NFL Combine. So Mike will come up, set up everything. So when you get a score from Zybeck, it's legit. So if you send it to a college, it's going to work. And then we ended up with a 7-on-7 tournament. But the most exciting part is those big boys. Coach Gasu, boy, and the GOAT program, he literally goes around the country training linemen. And we have a big lineman showcase. But this year we added the piece we've been waiting for. We have 20 to 30 college coaches that will be there already confirmed to be evaluating. Right now, probably the top team that's going to be there is Boise State. Spencer Danielson, I actually coached in high school, so I reached out to him. So their recruiter that recruits the Valley is going to be out at the showcase. So that's what we want. We want all the top kids to be here so we get them in one place so we get an evaluation. It's hard for a college coach to go to 16 schools in one day.
Right.
When they can come to one place and get a true evaluation. That's the heart behind it.
And one thing that I love this, first you're an Aztec, so
Yes,
you're okay
sir.
with Boise being there.
Oh yeah. When I was in the WAC, the Western Athletic Conference, we didn't go against Boise. So when they played my Aztecs, that's the only time that I don't care who wins.
Right. Oh, they were in the Mountain West.
Yes, Mountain
Okay.
West. Yes.
And the thing is, for the young people out there, the WAC was originally the Mountain West before they split off. But yes, it hurts my heart that all these conferences keep breaking apart. But when you talked about Friday night, so we're looking at the the Coachella Showcase. The
Yes, sir.
Coachella Showcase. Save the date out there, folks.
Yeah.
May 1st. That's a Friday night. Mm-hmm. It's going to go from May 1st to May 3rd.
Yes,
And it's going to be held at Desert Christian Academy. I'm looking at the flyer right now. This is phenomenal. You can go to it's on zortsports.com. It's also on desertchristianacademy.org.
Yes.
But if someone's interested in doing this, how can they get involved with you all? How do they do this? Because like you said, you're going to have multiple colleges there, which is phenomenal.
Yes. So I need all the help from the local high school coaches. Matt Leary and I were talking about reaching out next week to all our high school coaches. I've sent them all text messages inviting their kids, but we need their help on the field because for the college coaches to come back, it has to be efficient. It has to be run fast. So what I've been doing, all my friends that coach college football, that go to these showcases, I've been asking them, what do you like? What do you want to see in a showcase to make you come back? So we want all our local high school coaches to be on the field helping us put together a great showcase. So that's the biggest thing. Get your players out, but also we want you to be involved. And you can contact Matt Garrison at DCA, and he'll get you in contact with me, or he can take care of you because we do need help. We need volunteers.
And one thing that I love when you have a coach like yourself, you've gone through this. You played high school, you played a high level in college, and you went to the pro ranks. So when you have a player, you can tell them, hey, this is what I did. These are the steps I went through. So
Yes.
trust me. Is that something that now that you're giving back that's important to you, Coach?
That's huge. Again, another story. Me and Matt, we talk all the time. My oldest daughter played at DCA, played for a travel team that's known throughout LA, right? Elbert Kinnegrew, God bless his soul, Cal Sparks passed away. She didn't get a scholarship coming out. When we came to DCA, Matt Garrison, who played multiple years professional basketball, has contacts all over, he wrote a paragraph to Biola's head coach explaining what my daughter was going to be, right? Why is that important? You have a former collegiate and professional player that is coached at the professional ranks telling a college coach what this girl is like because they've been training her. Coaches understand coaches' lingo.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
So
Well, I was a scrub, so no.
Right? But that's how you get recruited, right? So college coaches, they know when you know what you're talking about, and it's about exposing kids. That happened for me. Dan Armstrong, La Quinta High School, was my high school coach. A lot of people don't know that. At the time, you had to pay for telephone, $300 telephone bill. Me and Miss Armstrong talk about it all the time. He almost got a divorce over it. But he reached out to colleges until I was able to walk on to San Diego State. I have to give out, Coach B. It happened for me and for my kids, where people spoke on their behalf. That's what I want to be able to do. And I've been doing it before I coached at DCA. Aaron Ramirez at CV, when I found out how good he was, I sent his tape when he was a junior in high school to Marshall Faulk to evaluate it.
And that's powerful. Once again, we have DCA in studio with us, Coach Johnson and Coach Garrison. And you had a story. I want you to do justice, and I want you to say it. Where you said kids don't care until they know you care. I want you to articulate it because you said it last time we were here, and I thought that was a powerful thing to say, Coach.
Yes, sir. My first year coaching, I was in the weight room. I was going crazy, and my good friend Dan Stobarger, who hired me at my first job at Horizon Christian Academy, pulled me aside, me and my good friend James Gordon. He said, Chris, kids don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And I've never forgotten that, right? You can't step into a kid's heart until they know that you really care about them. Once they know you care about them, you can coach them tough. A lot of coaches would say nowadays kids are a little softer. You can't really coach them up. That's far from the truth. We do it at DC. We coach our kids hard. We pull them out, but they know that we love them on and off the field or court.
Right, and that's one of those things that you could see, because when we did the All-Star game, you treated those kids as if they were yours. You wanted to see them be successful. You didn't care what school they went to.
Yes, sir.
And like you said, an athlete at CV, you helped them get a scholarship. What is it about DCA and Coach Garrison? I'll tell you, when you helped his daughter get in there, what is it? You guys you love athletics and seeing kids get to that next level.
Yeah, it's like you talked about with the passion. These kids that have put in and bought in and put in the time to practice to try to have a chance to get to the next level. You know, if we know people at the next level, we're going to make a call. And we've both been at the next level in college and pros, and so there's a lot of networking that goes on. And it's like when we find a kid, we're going to share. I don't care what school they go to in this valley. I've called on kids in this valley multiple times for basketball to reach out. Hey, I got this kid. You should come check this kid. I can't tell you how many times college coaches for basketball have called me asking me about other kids at other schools. And I'll tell them, like, that's a good kid. He works hard, great family. And, yeah, he can play. And here's why. So, like Coach said, coaches know what a coach is going to say, and recruiting is about what not to say.
Right.
They're already calling you because they know they can play. They don't need to hear how good they are. They need to hear about grades, what kind of person they are, how their work ethic is, and what kind of family they come from. And that's when you can sign off on that and people trust your word, these kids can get opportunities.
And that's fantastic, Coach. I love hearing that. And I want to dig into that draft. And I saw it firsthand. And we're going to talk a little bit about that. We're going to take a quick commercial break. That's the one thing, is now we're on TV. We've got to make sure we keep it tight. But let's go ahead and do this. This is the Coachella Valley Sports Report. I'm your host, Coach B. We're broadcasting from the injuryfirmlaw.com studios on Fox Sports 1270 AM. We're streaming 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app. And you can see the simulcast on Fox 11 Palm Springs and YouTube. And we'll be right back with DCA in studio.
Can't get enough of the Coachella Valley Sports Report? Then make sure you follow us. We're on X and Instagram at CVSR Fox Sports.
Don't forget to tune into the Coachella Valley Sports Report Saturdays, 11 a.m. on Fox Sports 1270 a.m. from the injuryfirmlaw.com studios. An accident can change your life in an instant. One moment you're driving to work, the next you're dealing with pain, stress, and bills that just keep piling up. That's why you need the Injury Firm, the official law firm of Fox Sports 1270 AM and the Coach B Show, to step in and protect your rights. If you've been injured because of someone else's negligence, the Injury Firm should be your first call. Car accidents, slip, trip, and falls, dog bites, and much more. They will guide you through every step and work with you to get the compensation you deserve. They don't just talk results. They have recovered millions for their clients. So don't go it alone. Get a team that's on your side from day one. Call the Injury Firm today at 949-575-8875 or visit them on the web at injuryfirmlaw.com. This is the Coachella Valley Sports Report. I'm your host, Coach B, and we are broadcasting from the injuryfirmlaw.com studios on Fox Sports 1270 AM. And as always, we are streaming 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app. And always, if you're watching us Friday mornings on the simulcast, Fox 11, hello. This is our second week on Fox 11. But in studio, we still have Coach Johnson. We have Coach Garrison from DCA. And one thing, this is one thing I said, Coach Johnson is a constant promoter, and he wanted to make sure we talked about a player that you and Coach Doc knew, and you don't even want the credit. You and Coach Doc were instrumental in getting someone a scholarship at Laverne.
Yep. So the receiver at Shadow Hills, amazing kid. We saw him the first All-Star game, then the second one against Imperial Valley. Coach Doc and I knew a guy by the name of Richard Sanchez from Laverne. Doc called him up. He came out. At the end of practice, he got an offer on the spot. You know, I mean, you guys know I love Doc. When Doc left Xavier, he's said it before. He said it on social media. We tried to hire him, right? We want people that are like-minded. And since James Dockery has been here, he's tried to help other kids out because he got out of the Valley. So that's our goal. Anyone that has that same mindset, we want them to be part of the showcase so we can get more kids out.
And one of the important things about Coach, he got out of the Valley, but he came back.
Yes.
And that's so important. And I think, one thing that people have asked me, say, why are there 2 All-Star games? Because sometimes you need 2 sets of films on these kids. When we were in the Inland Empire, we had 3 All-Star games, and sometimes kids played in all 3.
Yeah.
And then finally someone can say, okay, they stood out in 3 All-Star games. So a lot of times those kids will get that scholarship.
Yeah.
But one thing that Coach Garrison talked about, and this is something I think young people need to know about, because, we've all been young and you think you know everything and no one can tell you anything. But when you say it's a character check, because even like when someone gets in corporate America, and I tell people, my kids this all the time, if you're going to get promoted, your manager has to endorse you, because your manager is going to call another manager. And it's the same thing with coaches, because if a coach wants to recruit somebody, especially if they know you, they're going to call you, say, hey, tell me about this kid. And if you don't tell the truth about their character, they're never going to call you again. They're never going to recruit your kids. But why is that so important when you say that character checks?
I mean, by the time a college coach calls a high school coach, he's done his research. The kid can play or can't play. He needs to have a character check. Is he saying thank you to the lunch lady? Is he first one there, last one to leave? Is he helping put stuff away? Is he, hey, coach, what else can I do to help, putting bags on the bus and stuff like that, and then checking for grades. They're checking all those things just to hear it from me or hear it from an AD that, what I'm finding about this kid, I love him on the field, I love his film, but hey, tell me about the person. And I always say, hey, great family, hardworking family. Those coaches want to hear. And then if I had an opinion about what I see on the court or on the field that's a weakness, I try to cover it with a strength. Here's the things. Here's how this kid overcomes, because we all have weaknesses. Here's how this kid's going to overcome those weaknesses in his character and his effort and who he is and the things he's going to be able to do to help the team win.
And that's critical when you think about it. So all the young people out there, make sure that your coach endorses you. And that's a good thing. And one thing that you said, Coach Johnson, you said anyone from the Valley. Again, we're talking about the Coachella Showcase, and that's going to take place May 1st. That's a Friday, going to May 3rd. It's going to take place at DCA. This is the 3rd year?
Third year running.
Third year running.
Yes.
And you said anybody, you could care less what school they were part of or anything. Anyone who made it to that next level, you need them. So we're calling all coaches.
All coaches. No excuses. No explanations. Let's go.
Yes. So what will and when I'm looking at it, what are the drills? Because you said that they're going to be timed on their running. Because I can see right now you're going to have a football skills camp. You're going to have the lineman challenge. You're going to have the NFL combine testing. Girls flag football.
Yes.
That's new, correct?
That's new. That's a new addition. Aaron Gassu has brought that on. He's been working with USA girls flag football. There are going to be some girls on the national team that are actually there as well. So we'll do a 7-on-7 tournament for the girls. As you know, that's blowing up. USC and UCLA just started their flag football football team. So there's an opportunity for the girls also to get scholarships. That's why we did it.
Right.
It's about getting kids free education if we can.
Right.
Olympics opened it up.
Yeah, and I wish I would have known, or they would have had flag, because my 2 boys played football, my daughter would cheered, but I would have loved for her to play flag. And I know the coach, San Diego State, Coach Constable.
Okay.
I've known her husband. I coached with him years ago. My son, who's now 24, when he was like 9, around that time. So I've known them for a while. So I know the San Diego State coach. So
okay, let them know what we're doing.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's important for the young ladies, because I was a girl dad first. I had my daughter first, and I had 2 boys. And why is it so important to bring flag out there and give the girls the opportunity? Because I think flag football is the fastest growing female flag.
It is.
It's the fastest growing sport in America. Why is that so important to get the girls involved?
I'm a girl that got all 3 girls,
there you go.
So I started getting into sports, when with my girls into sports at an early age. But I remember when girls basketball wasn't big. You had Cheryl Swoops and all those guys. But now at the right timing, the WNBA just had a great signing, right? They took off. Then you went to softball. It's taking off, right? Now the next one is flag football. Our girls are super talented, right? I can remember when Title IX came, it's expanding. We're starting one at DCA next year. Josiah Garrison right now is putting together the team that's going to eventually play next year. They will be representing Desert Christian Academy in the showcase, first time out. So it's growing, and we want to make sure that our girls get the same opportunities as our guys.
There you go. And everyone has been on me. And I'm going to – so if I make the commitment right here – on Fox Sports 1270 AM and Fox 11. You're going to hold me to it. Everyone can hear this. We got to record it. next year we will have flag in the All-Star game.
All right. Here we go.
I had a lot of people on me about that. My thing is, let me just build it, get it, see what it is, and then we'll grow. A funny story, Coach, is you're from San Diego.
Yes.
So when I remember I got to this Imperial High School, we did the Coachella Valley versus Imperial Valley. I was like, this was far. Coach is like, yeah, this is around the corner. So, so you weren't bothered by it.
No, well, we traveled from San Diego. I played against Robert Thomas when he was out there. I watched Royce Freeman come out of Imperial High School. So much talent. This year, we're going to get a chance this summer. Our DCA team is going to throw the ball against a couple teams. We're going to throw it against Imperial Valley, and I think we're going to also throw it against Brawley this year during the summertime. Yeah, some good football out there, man.
It's some really good football out there. And the thing is I want to say thank you for when I asked you to coach it. You were already coaching the Desert Elite Showcase.
Yes.
And you was like, yes, I want to coach it. And just the professionalism you took. And I really appreciate it. It's the way that it was run. It was just phenomenal. And
thank you.
And the good thing is when we talked about the draft, and this is with Coach Garrison as well, you guys really wanted to know the talent.
Yep.
Sometimes you'll have coaches that are more worried about their teams and their players, but you guys really wanted to embrace the Valley.
Yes.
And that's something I think it was reflective of how good that game was.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it was a great game, man. We lost. I never liked losing, but it was great talent on the Imperial Valley side. We had great talent that was represented. I want to get a shout out to Roman Ainsley because in the first All-Star game, he also received a Division I offer.
Yep.
So for the kids that are not playing in the game, it's an opportunity for you to play one more high school game with your friends and potentially receive something. You guys ran a great, you and Robert both did a great job with both games. If you ever need me and my staff, we'll be willing to do it again. We had a great time.
I appreciate that. And I just met with Robert about 2 weeks ago. We were planning out some things that we're going to do some really, really big things. We'll do that media day again, and we'll really do that. He was excited the fact that we're with the TV now. So it'll be really good. So we're excited about that. And then one thing I wanted to tell Coach Garrison, basketball is your thing. Talk to me a little bit about this. I know we're talking about the desert. I keep saying desert. The Coachella Valley Showcase. You played over in Europe professionally. That game. Did you ever expect that a game would take you around the world like that?
I never did, and I shared this the other day. I went around town in the 8th grade and raised money to go for my plane ticket and this hotel event to go play a travel basketball game in 8th grade in Seattle. And after that, I never bought another ticket in my life. I've been to 16 countries. I've been to every state, and basketball is amazing because I invested in the right people, and I had the passion to get better, and I worked my tail off. But yeah, the dribbling the ball took me around the world, and it's a funny thing. It's not like I'm humbled by that. Like I invested early, and that's what's great in the Coachella Showcase. Even if you don't want to go to college, you just want to get better, the Coachella Showcase is going to offer the opportunity to get around the best talent. I love to compete. I wanted to know, hey, do I have what it takes? I want to go out to Seattle, out of the state of Montana. I want to know if I got what it takes. And, took me around the world, and it was an amazing journey. So that's what's great about the Coachella Showcase. I'm a small-town kid from Montana. Coachella Valley, these college coaches are coming to see the talent that's here. They know there's passion here. There's hardworking kids here that want to see if they have what it takes to go play at the next level.
And I think that's the beautiful thing about it. I know they had NFL Europe, but that's the beautiful thing about sports, how we can take you around. I know baseball, they play it all over the world as well. And NFL is doing a great job of playing the international games. I think that's why they're going to add another game, because every team's going to play an international game. But, I mean, it's just a beautiful game when you can go around the world and you can do that. And your boy, he's can't wait to have him in the All-Star game. He's going to – hopefully he'll play at the next level as well.
Yeah, that's the goal. That's definitely the goal. Both of them, I know Sai's going to probably go D3. And but Bear and Judah have a chance to keep working hard to get to the next level. Exciting.
Is it more difficult? Either one can answer because all of your kids played. Is it more difficult? Was it more pressure on you to play yourself or watch your kids out there and play? What was more stressful to you?
That's a good question.
That's a good question. Yeah.
That's a great question. I guess just as a dad, you're just worried. Just they're safe. They have fun. They have good attitudes. Don't crash out on refs. That kind of thing. They got to answer to mom on that one. But yeah, it was pretty nerve-wracking as a player, going to these countries where you don't know anybody, don't speak the language. That was tough at times. Very lonely, but loved it. I loved every second of it. But yeah, it's great to watch the boys. It's great to watch these kids just develop from 8th, ninth grade to junior, senior year. Just watching them become men is incredible. Just their character and who they are, but then just athletically, it's just like, wow, all these kids around here. We've known kids that have been around my boys, and now they're looking at me almost in my eyes. It's amazing. It's amazing.
There's got to be some tall kids. We're gonna get your answer, Coach Johnson. Yeah. But we're gonna be right back at the commercial break because Coach Garrison is 6'9". He's the size of the GOAT Magic Johnson. But we're gonna take a commercial break. This is the Coachella Valley Sports Report. I'm your host, Coach B, and we are broadcasting from the InjuryFirmLaw.com studios on Fox Sports 1270 AM. And as always, we're streaming 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app, and you can catch us on Fox 11 Palm Springs.
Can't get enough of the Coachella Valley Sports Report? Then make sure you follow us. We're on X and Instagram at CVSR Fox Sports.
Don't forget to tune into the Coachella Valley Sports Report Saturdays, 11 a.m. on Fox Sports 1270 a.m. from the InjuryFirmLaw.com studios. An accident can change your life in an instant. One moment you're driving to work, the next you're dealing with pain, stress, and bills that just keep piling up. That's why you need the Injury Firm, the official law firm of Fox Sports 1270 AM and the Coach B Show, to step in and protect your rights. If you've been injured because of someone else's negligence, the Injury Firm should be your first call. Car accidents, slip, trip, and falls, dog bites, and much more. They will guide you through every step and work with you to get the compensation you deserve. They don't just talk results. They have recovered millions for their clients. So don't go it alone. Get a team that's on your side from day one. Call the Injury Firm today at 949-575-8875 or visit them on the web at injuryfirmlaw.com. This is the Coachella Valley Sports Report. I'm your host, Coach B, and we are broadcasting from the injuryfirmlaw.com studios on Fox Sports 1270 AM, and we're streaming 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app. And we are streaming simulcast on Fox 11 Palm Springs. I got my guy Ted in from the Desert Sentinels. I'm pretty excited about this. Now, like I always say, I know I'm getting up there in age, but 75, that's the year when I touched down. And we're going to reveal this jersey for everyone. I know live radio, you won't see it, but go on to, you will see it on Fox 11, and you'll see it on YouTube as well. But Ted, tell me about that jersey, and tell me about your season.
Yeah, so it's been a good season so far. Week 1 in the books. We're wanting to showcase a new jersey, a new look, so we revamped all of our uniforms from the previous years. So hopefully everybody that comes out and watches and gets to see these things, they actually appreciate what they're worth.
Yes, and this is a really, really nice jersey. I'm going to hold it up once again for everyone to see it. I'm really excited for this. I appreciate it. So everyone who is watching us on Fox 11, you will be able to see that jersey. And tell me a little bit about, I know we're pressed on time for the TV simulcast, but tell me a little bit, if anyone wants to see your team, they want to follow your team, how can they get information on the Desert Sentinels?
You could follow us on Instagram at Desert Sentinels. And then if you want to watch us play ball, you got to go to Freedom Park, and our schedule should be on the Instagram page, and you'll be able to find out. We play at 4 o'clock.
There you go. That's good stuff. We're going to, for television, we're going to go ahead and bump out and take a quick commercial break, but we will be right back here on Fox Sports. This is the Coachella Valley Sports Report. I'm your host, Coach B. We are broadcasting from the InjuryFirmLaw.com studios on Fox Sports 1270 AM. As always, we're streaming on the iHeartRadio app. And you can see us on Fox 11 TV, Palm Springs.
Can't get enough of the Coachella Valley Sports Report? Then make sure you follow us. We're on X and Instagram at CVSR Fox Sports.